Hi friends, hi everyone. Just wanted to share some thoughts regarding what's happening in India, the CJP protests, the NEET protests, etc. जो हो रहा है, the primary center being in Delhi, around Jantar Mantar, around the Parliament, and of course rest of the country. Um, while there are concerns, there are issues, the genuine concerns that the students have. Okay, but this whole protest has actually been hijacked by a group of anti-nationals, anti-social elements, uh, जो well-meaning students हैं. Okay, it could have been a you know peaceful protest. It started off, I think, as something peaceful, but anti-nationals have joined in. I, 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 I would like to clarify something. Okay, opposing the prime minister or opposing the incumbent government does not necessarily make you an anti-national. Okay, I support the government. I'm being very upfront. I support the government. I support Narendra Modi, but opposing him does not necessarily make you an anti-national or anti-establishment or whatever. I've had lots of disagreements on what the government of India has done, on what Modi has done. Perhaps he could have the farm laws repeal, the land laws repeal, the again just now, Dr. Pradhan has taken his has given his resignation as the education minister. I don't agree because street जो प्रोटेस्ट होते हैं, जो ये वायलेंट प्रोटेस्ट होते हैं, यू डू नॉट सकम टू दैट. ओके, the CA का जो protest था, it became a street violent protest which led eventually to the Delhi riots, etc., etc. Okay, so everybody knows about that, but you do not succumb to that. If you're succumbing to that means कल को फिर से आप एक टेम्पलेट सेट कर रहे हैं कि कल को फिर से ये टेम्पलेट दोहरा सकता है कोई दूसरा. एनी आप कुछ भी ले लीजिए, छोटा सा कोई भी इशू ले लीजिए. Now, as far as the paper leaks are concerned, ये first time paper leaks नहीं हो रहे हैं. Okay, paper leaks have happened in different states controlled by uh, different state governments, and it's been ever happening. And also, states में यूपी वगैरह में कितनी बार उसको एक वैलिडिटी की तरह दिया गया था कि भाई आप चीटिंग करो, चीज़ें कर सकते हो, जिससे परसेंटेज ऑफ मतलब पास परसेंटेज बढ़ जाता था. वो पास परसेंटेज इसलिए नहीं बढ़ता था क्योंकि वो बहुत ही मेहनत करने वाले, बहुत पढ़े लिखे, बहुत अच्छे बच्चे थे उसमें बहुत ऐसे, क्योंकि चीटिंग को आप एक नॉर्मलाइज करते थे, इसकी वजह से वो होता था. ठीक है. Now what is now while the concern of genuine students that this cheating or this paper leak has disrupted or in a way uh, affected their NEET prospects over here, because it's specific to NEET. The genuine students went back, studied, utilized that extra time that they got for the retest, and many of them even corrected or improved their scores what they got in the first NEET exam. Okay, तो होना क्या चाहिए था कि चलो द गवर्नमेंट एक्नॉलेज कि गलती हुई है, कहीं पे कुछ प्रॉब्लम हुई है, और बहुत जल्दी फटाफट लोगों को अरेस्ट किया. द सेम गवर्नमेंट हैज़ ऑलरेडी पास्ड एंटी a law which I'm forgetting the name at the moment, but a law which is which against this malpractice of cheating, paper leaks, etc. So there's already something which has been passed. Okay, now what is important is the well-meaning students, उनका जो ये protest था, that has been hijacked by these anti-socials. Okay, अगर आप you look at the kind of people who are protesting. Okay, I've started calling these Gen Zs as Zizis, because they kind of absolutely wasted. They wasted their time. The genuine students went back, they studied, they utilized their extra time, and they redid the exams and fared better. Okay, or whatever the results thereafter. yes, this the what happened, people, kids committing suicide, and also that it's an absolute concern. But parents have to get involved, teachers have to get involved, the coaching institutes have to get involved. There has to be mentoring, there has to be uh, you know yeah. So all that is sad, but if the government went in, the government arrested those people who were involved, quickly turn around, with the new exam, protected the papers, etc., and the result was out. The most disgusting part of this entire thing is the looking at how the supposedly Gen Z is are behaving. It absolutely shows on the upbringing of those kids. Now, would these kids be able to face their families, parents, relatives, etc., with the kind of language that they've used? If they can, then it says a lot about their family values. But if they cannot, then they should actually think over what the reaction that potentially these actions or words of theirs may have. Okay, perhaps many of them in their families, they have certain similar way of talking, and I don't know. It's very disgusting, and you all are privy to that. Okay, uh, so I just thought I'll share some of my thoughts over here. Uh, the root cause, a lot of I think in my opinion, as far as school education is concerned, there should be one single board across the country. Okay, have a single system of education. CBSE करो, ICSE करो, जो भी करना है करो, लेकिन have a single system of education across. No state boards. State boards could be the one who are responsible for the schooling, responsible for teacher appointments and all that stuff. But as far as the syllabus is concerned, there should be a single syllabus, and state should be given a couple of subjects to include. Each state includes its own history, to its own culture, its own language. So two or three subjects which each state to state can include in their subjects. Okay, but otherwise the subject syllabus should be centralized from a school's perspective. Okay, that standardizes education in a way where everybody is doing the same kind of study. Universities and all can of course have their own syllabuses, and they can what was and because then that's how they stand out from each other. One university or one college from the other stands out depending on what syllabi they have. Okay, so what syllabus they have. So but in my opinion, that should be. Second is, there shouldn't be any reservation in education. Reservation has to be only on financial status. Okay, now, every time people need to uh, empanel themselves or for availing the reservation, and those people who empanel themselves, their financial audits needs to be done. You should find out whether they are actually people who are who should get that reservation. You maybe put a cap: 8 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs per annum, whoever is earning. Okay, and then the other thing is that provide financial aid to students. Okay, now providing financial aids to students during schooling or during university. Let the government, let the banks come together, come out with a method where you can actually provide financial aid to students who are needy students, and then of course they repay, or so that's a model that the government, along with the universities, schools, and the banks, etc., can decide. Okay, while the education system needs a bit of reboot, there's already been a lot which has been done. Okay, now all this nonsense that's going on at the moment, okay, in the name of this revolt, has to stop. It's so yuck. It's so I don't know, because it feels so horrible when you're talking about about things, about the prime minister, about his mother, You try to character assassinate him. You try to talk rubbish about him, about it's so horrible to listen. I'm sure most of these people, when they go back and they look at their own videos, they'll be embarrassed and they'll be ashamed of what they've said. And if they're not, then I think they don't deserve any empathy, sympathy, or whatever. Let the police deal with them accordingly. Okay. So thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, ladies, gentlemen. Thank you, everyone. So thank you, everyone, for giving this much time. I just thought I'd put my I'll give my thoughts on this whole thing that's happening. Thank you so much.